All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Jay Early. I am your host for this awesome show called Let's Talk About It. And do I have a topic for you today? Now, the only thing that I'm doing right now, which is very important to me, is just that I'm making sure that. I am your host. There you go. we just I always have to do that every day. Once you do me a favor, I'm going to count to 30 to give you an opportunity to take and get someone on this call, because as you can see, the topic of today is 4 keys to building your confidence. 4 keys to building your confidence. Now, what will we do in life without confidence? Nothing. Okay, that's like when I was younger, we used to go to back then the disco or the club. I don't know why Johnny Taylor just popped into my mind with Disco Lady, right? I guess that kind of gives away my age. And you could always see the person that had no confidence because they would be hiding on the wall, right? Some people used to call them wallflowers, all evening and not getting out on the dance floor, because they would be embarrassed as to their dancing skills. Or you had that guy that would never approach that young lady because he would have no confidence in his, what we call back then, conversation. That's about the best way to say it. Or his rap, either one. So I want to ask you a question real quick. When we look at that title, 4 Ways to Building Your Confidence, the first person I thought about was Muhammad Ali in his youth. That was when he was called Cassius Clay when he first came on the scene. Well, Muhammad Ali used to beat his contenders because he showed what a lot of people called arrogance when it was really confidence. I mean, if you knew your skills were of a level where you knew that you could take out your opponent in 5 rounds, why would you not tell him? You give him a warning and you let him know what's coming, okay? Now, some people have accused me in my younger day of doing that in chess when I played chess, but that's how confident I was. Now, see, they always said, well, man, you always win. No, but what they never saw was the preparation before that. And this is one thing I love to tell people. Before I started winning in chess, I lost 44 games in a row. Okay, that was my losing record. Lord knows what my winning record is. All right, let's get with it. Now, first of all, what I want you to do is to make sure you jot this down, take a picture of it, or if you've got an open window, you go to Jay's 7-Figure Club, because what I'm offering there for you is building self-confidence. Right? We're going to teach you how to brand yourself. We're going to talk about attraction marketing, increasing your Facebook engagement, and of course, how to build a 10K a month business. You know, a lot of times when I talk to some people about earning 7 figures a month, which is possible. I have business associates who have done that. They tighten up and, well, no, that can't happen. That'll never happen to me. Why? Because they lack what we're talking about today. They lack confidence in their self that they can achieve that. That's no way to be successful. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, again, the title, 4 Keys to Building Your Confidence. And it starts out, and please forgive me for reading, but that's about the only way that I can get all this across to you, because, I like to read and talk about what I just read to you. Now, your experience, education, talents, and skills will take you far in life. And I'm a perfect example of that. They help you build an impressive resume, open doors to opportunities. But what's one quality that will get you even further and help you capitalize on whatever life presents you? It's your confidence. Okay? I tell people all the time, I said, the highest group I can remember speaking before was 1,000 people. Do you think I walked up there and did that in one day? No. I've spoken to crowds that were as low as 5 people in a room, all the way up to, like I said, my biggest crowd was just over 1,000 people to speak to at one time. It took time getting there. I can remember at one time I wanted to be a radio broadcaster. So you know what I did? In order to get good, I had to go home and get in front of a mirror and I would practice. In fact, back in the old days, I don't have one here with me, or do I? Hold on, it's like, you see this right here? They'd have us talking with a pencil in our mouth for the clarity, for the dictation in your voice. That's why, and I'm going back. I was on Armed Forces Radio Network, and a lot of times the speakers, they would all sound just alike. Well, this is why they would sound alike, because they all learned the same way, right? So, along with confidence, sometimes it does take preparation to get you to that point where you're more confident tomorrow than what you are today. Confidence is belief in your abilities. It's the feeling that you can rise to the occasion when the pressure is on. It's Muhammad Ali, okay? It not only fuels your ambition, but encourages you to set stretch goals. You know, I can remember that I joined, when I started my financial planning career, this one insurance company I worked for, I went to a meeting and there was a guy there who was collecting his Salesman of the Year trophy. And I told him, I said, you know what? Next year that belongs to me. And he looked like me like, wow, you're awful cocky, you know, or some people use the word arrogant. I said, no. I said, next year the trophy is mine. I challenged him, but I had the confidence to know that I had the abilities in my selling skills to be able to take that trophy. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I did not get the trophy that year. I missed it by about $8 in monthly premium. Annualized, it was $100, right? That's what I lost by. But the next year, guess what? I got a box full of trophies now, right? The point is, I had the confidence to challenge the top guy in the room, okay? So that's what it takes. So I love this. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I'm going to read that again. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, of course, you're right. So what was Henry Ford saying is what you put in the mind, okay? Again, Muhammad Ali, he convinced himself, he told himself, I am the greatest. And he had the skills to back it up, okay? I could go from there to the Williams sisters in tennis. Roger Federer. Guy I like more was Pete Sampras. Pete was a quiet champion. Agassi made noise. Jimmy Connors made noise. Okay, the other one, who was it? Oh, I can't. Jan Borg. Jan Borg, a quiet champion. But when he got on the court, people feared what he could do with that racket. All right, there is so little we control in life, but we can control our confidence. Confidence can be developed and managed. Remember, I said it's not something that you learn. It starts with employing the right strategies, which include experiencing success. You know, little successes lead to larger successes. Developing positive self-appraisal. It comes through personal development. Surrounding yourself with positive role models. You know, they always say you will become the net worth of the people the top 5 people that you hang around with. I've found that to be true. Okay. Managing confidence, killing emotion. Managing confidence, killing emotions. I want y'all to think about that one for a while. Okay, we'll come back to that. To examine where you are on the confidence continuum, the best place to start is by thinking about your successes in life and how you handle them. You know, we all have points in our life where we have to overcome our fears to be successful. I can remember one of mine, and that was in high school. I was in high school choir, okay? I had this fear, even though everybody told me, you know, I was a great tenor, but I had this fear of singing lead. And it came down to one Christmas at my church, I was chose to sing the lead in a I still remember today, it's Oh Holy Night, right? Oh, I knocked it out the ballpark. You know, I knocked it out the ballpark. So after doing that, no one could tell me anything else. You know, I was kind of a Michael Jordan in the gospel group. But you understand my point I'm trying to get across. To examine where you are in the confidence continuum, the best place is by thinking about your successes in life and how you handle them. Did you achieve your successes or did you experience them? The difference might sound nuanced, but it's very profound. Okay, I got four I want to talk to you about that I believe. If you take notes, if you want, you can take pictures of the screen. Of course, this is recorded. You can download it later on and go back and replay it again. But number one is experience success. Experience success. Confidence about seeing yourself clearly, appreciating your abilities, and having a solid foundation on which to build when presented with challenges. There's nothing more solid than concrete examples of past success. We've all had some type of our success in our lives from the time that we were little. I mean, I'm going back to like you were 5. Okay. First of all, the first success was getting here. That was number one. Okay. But then you go through stages in life. Think about when you learn how to ride a bicycle, or when you learned how to use a pair of roller skates. Those were successes. There are some people today that still can't. You know, these are small successes that help to build up your confidence in life. It's not always about climbing to the top of some high mountain or something like that, or skydiving. Take the little successes in life and build upon them. To start experiencing success, be conscious of your successful moments and bookmark them. Don't run past them. Attribute your success to yourself, not to someone else or some random event of luck. Branch Rickey, the no-table baseball executive who brought Jackie Robinson to the big leagues, once observed, luck is the residue of design, meaning that you work hard and prepare hard enough, there's a good chance that good fortune will smile on you someday. You know, that's the word that's missing on that sentence right there. Hard work and preparation not only help you catalog your success, but also, what's that say? Fend off the imposter syndrome. Now, I like that right there. I'm going to stop right there just for a second. I need to move something out the way. It's bugging me. There you go. Okay. Hard work, preparation not only help to catalog your success, but also fend off the imposter syndrome, a psychological phenomenon even the most successful, talented, and accomplished professionals experience at peaks in their careers. You know, sometimes we'll get into what we call, what's the word I'm looking for? A ritual, something you do every day, okay? And then you lose your shine at what you're doing. You get into what we call a low, right? And some people never pull themselves out. I've seen people walk away from the selling profession because of that. Not understanding that your success is inside of you and you're in control of your success. Because remember, we were all born with the talent in us to succeed, and it's about bringing it out at the right time. Where am I at? I just got lost right there. Talent accomplished. Okay. It's a feeling that your success isn't really due to your own hard work, but merely a result of other people or other circumstances. And you just happen to be nearby to catch some of the glow of others' shining moments. So much of a confidence is being conscious of how you handle your success and managing your internal dialogue when those moments occur. This leads us to our next confident building action, developing positive self-appraisal. You know, a lot of times we will end up getting down on ourselves, but then we won't cheer for ourselves when we do have successes in our life. We just take it as, I don't know, just understood. Number 2, develop positive self-appraisals. Talk about yourself, congratulate yourself. Few things impact a person's self-esteem more than the way they will talk to themselves on a daily basis. Yes, you do talk to yourself. Come on, admit it. I do first thing in the morning as soon as I hit the mirror. Remember, 65,000 thoughts go through your head a day. Here's the question. Who are you talking to? If you're in a room by yourself and there's thoughts running through your head, who are you talking to? You. That's who you're talking to. Okay. I just lost my spot. My apologies. Are you aware of how you talk to yourself? Keep track of your self-talk and on in your smartphone. Make tally each time you think positive or negative about yourself. We do both. And the sad part is a lot of times some people think more negative than positive. That's when you end up getting depression in your life. When you realize just how hard you're being on yourself, refer back to that list of personal qualities you've created. Everybody is good at something. We're all good at something. You just have to sit down and take you yeah, I got one right here. I've always got this bad boy somewhere nearby, okay? You've got to take note of yourself and the positive things that you do. And then think more about the little successes and the positive things than thinking about the negative ones or where you might have fallen short of your goals. Don't worry about it. Everybody does that, okay? I like to call it failing forward is what you're actually doing. It says when we catch these self-defeating appraisals, we have to hold them in our minds and reframe them. For example, imagine that you need to comfort your boss on an important issue that you disagree with him about. Rather than thinking it's hopeless, I can't do it, it's not really my place to disagree with his remarks on my performance review. Stop yourself and rewrite your script. Okay? Instead, if I don't stand up for myself, no one else will. You should know that I don't agree with how my performance is being characterized. You know, one thing when I was in the military, one of the reasons I got out after 10 years, I was very voiceful. Okay. And yeah, I remember one time it took me so far as to receiving what they called a court martial. But guess what? I won because the judge said that I was right. Okay. And the funny part is I was not defending myself when I got into this situation. I was defending the people that work for me. All right. I always believe that if you treat ones around you good, that they'll do anything that you ask of them. But you have to treat them good. When you find that you're beating yourself up, stop in that moment and start down a new path. One where you begin to promote yourself and all the great things you've done. When you refresh your memory about your accomplishments, you start to feel like you're prepared to face whatever comes your way. You know, I believe we should all wake up every morning feeling like Muhammad Ali. Okay, that we can accomplish anything in life that we desire to accomplish. And I have to apologize. My throat was getting dry and I could feel it coming. Although it's important to be able to rely on yourself in those moments that count, the next strategy helps you also rely on others who can help you develop, promote your confidence. And that would be number 3. Recognize positive role models. We all have role models. Okay. Now, in my career, I've had a number of role models. Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar. A lot of people said Jim Rohn, but Jim Rohn and I don't know, very knowledgeable individual, but I always felt him to be boring. Okay. I've always needed somebody that was up tempo, somebody like an Eric Thomas. Okay. Back then it was Les Brown or Anthony Robbins. But Jim Rohn, to me, they had the same message almost. Okay. But Jim Rohn he was too calm. Okay. He was too calm. But he put out some good stuff. I won't knock him. That's for sure. The best way you can pinpoint positive role models is to think about the people you know embody positive behaviors. These are people who are credible, accountable, service oriented, who have solid character and seem trustworthy. You know, a lot of times I'll even take the accomplishments of people in sports because I know these people work hard at their skills. I don't care if it's a boxer, if it's a tennis player, if it's a golfer, if it's a chess player. Okay, I know what you have to put in, especially with a chess player. I know what you have to put in behind the scenes. There's a lot of study, there's a lot of memory. When you get into basketball, right, or tennis, of course, it's physical. But and this is what I love about tennis, is physical and mental. Um, I just thought of a female tennis player I used to love. She was out of Switzerland. Oh gosh, I can't think of her name right now. It's terrible. But this young lady, she wasn't very big, very tall, but what she had going for her, she played chess on the tennis court. She always put the ball where the other player didn't think it should be. Okay. Um, oh gosh, I almost had her name. Anyway, it'll come to me. But my point is this: we all have something good inside of us. We all have skills. But a lot of us just waste the skills that we have. We don't work on building them up and bringing them out and making them shine. And yes, you can do that, right? But you do need positive role models. And you're going to have to find the ones that you like. I named something I like. I said something about Eric Thomas, okay? That guy, he just motivates me, all right? There are pastors that motivate me, right? So it takes this from people. It could be one time, it might be somebody in tennis, like I mentioned Pete Sampras a long time ago. I just thought a lot about the guy and felt he just stopped too soon, really. But Nadal, this guy leaves more sweat on a court. Hamilton in the Formula One, different role models that you can pick. And you might change along the way because you might like something about a different one, but anything that can inspire you. Once you identify the people in your own life who exhibit spark behavior, you have to develop and nurture these relationships. Engage the people who admire and respect on a consistent basis, whether through conversation over coffee. So they're talking about people in your present environment, right? That you're around every day. I was talking to one of what I call my mentors in the insurance business last night on the phone. Now, we haven't worked together, my goodness, since 2000. Last time I saw him was 2005, I think. But we call each other once in a while, and we're reminiscing about things we did in the past. And we still kind of, even at our age, we fire each other up, One close, I'm gonna say, not just role model, but dear friend. We used to motivate each other. We were mentors to each other. Sad to say, near the end of my career, this gentleman happened to pass away. It was a big loss because we talked to each other every day. Why? Because some days I would be more pumped up than he was, or some days he might be more pumped up than I am. So we would bounce off of each other. But you need that inspiration, that motivation, especially when you're trying to obtain big goals. Right? Wow. Finally, be open to input. If our models are challenging us, that's a great thing. We need to get uncomfortable in order to develop. Now, what I like about that, and this is why they're saying that personal coaches are becoming more of an in thing. And I pray before this year is over that I'll be able to get my career going in that area, because we all need to be pushed sometime. Because if you're doing it all yourself, you can't. You just can't. My day starts out spiritually. My days end spiritually. But sometimes it's nice to talk to an earthly individual, right? Because sometimes you even get messages from the spiritual side that way. That's another program, but that's possible. 4, combat confidence, killing emotions. We have all, on our own, internal signals when we're experiencing fear. Though our survival might be threatened, our security, stability, and long-term success could very well be. When we have these fear responses, we need to tune into them. Just by paying attention to our emotions, we can identify them. We're feeling anxious, and when we do, we can't ignore that emotion. We have to comfort it. Sometimes asking ourselves a simple question, what can I do about this right now, is enough to propel us towards action. And believe it or not, all of us face fears in life. Okay, it's part of life, right? And you can't ignore it. You have to overcome it. Excuse me. Whenever I'm in a room with a lot of lights, that's what happens. To combat worry, another confident killing emotion that is often induced by stress, it's important to determine whether your concerns are real or manufactured. Our brains, even as brilliant as they can be, often have a hard time distinguishing between the two. Sometimes when the left unattended, your imagination can run wild, and what you're worrying about is neither logical nor rational. You can quickly find yourself worrying about things that can't possibly happen or that are even well beyond your ability to influence. So, what are they trying to warn you about there? What they're trying to warn you about is that your mind can kill your self confidence. So, you work on one side building it up, and then they like to say the angel's on the right side, the devil's on the left side. But a little negative voice over here can knock you off your game and cause you to lose the confidence you need to be able to succeed in whatever you're doing. Okay? So, to deal with the confidence killing emotions of insecurity, it's helpful to refer back to the second confidence building strategy, developing a positive self appraisal. Okay, now I don't mean you have to get out of bed every morning and say, I'm the greatest. Okay, but it's nice to have an inner cheering squad before you go out. I can remember when I was doing interviews. Initially, I was doing it, I'd be on the road. Near the end of my career, I had people coming to my office. I would always stick some type of personal development stuff in my ear. Like I said, whether it be an Anthony Robbins, whether it be a Les Brown, and Zig Ziglar used to make me laugh, or Zig Ziglar, something to pump me up before I went into that interview with the individual. And it just puts you on another level. You're like up here. Yeah. Now, sometimes I've done that just before I make a call to talk to a possible business partner about going into a business with me. I will get into that state of mind where I know that I am not going to lose this interview. This person will come on board with me. And it's the attitude that you got to build up. So now what I pray is that somebody got something out of that. And if you do, drop a comment below and let me know. Also, let me know, is there something that you would like me to cover on my show? Okay. Like a lot of you know, I had some family matters that due to the loss of a loved one, and I'm just getting myself back together. But I love doing this. Okay. So, gotta have a commercial. Tonight, we already missed the midday one, but tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a webinar, and our community will be giving away 1,000 tokens. In fact, they did it this afternoon to our guests and the people who invite people to the actual webinar itself. And the topic will be how to build a 5-figure monthly passive income residual check. I left out the word residual. You do the work one time, you get paid forever. That's the kind of business that I love. So the company is giving away 1,000 tokens valued at $800. Myself, I'm going to give you a 5-day, 4-night vacation to one of 5 locations in Mexico. And on the list is Cancun. That's definitely on the list. All you have to do is stay to the end. They're not going to have the drawing to the end anyway. Okay. And very important is that you have to let them know that I sent you there, Jay Early. So they're going to ask, and you just tell them I'm a guest, first-time guest, and my name is Jay Early. And Hope, www.thehopetokenzoom.com. That's the link right there. And I did not put it in the description this time, but that's the link right there. thehopetokenzoom.com. I'm telling you, this is worth your while. This company has only been about 60 days old. It's changed so many lives around the world. A lot of my brothers and sisters in Africa, in the Philippines, Now I can't even pronounce it. New Guinea. I think I just saw some people from there. Okay, so worldwide, just get on it, and I will see you on a call tomorrow. Always forget to prepare to get out of here. And let me just check comments real quick before I go. Thank you, Vinod, for being on from Dubai, and my friend, Coach Melvin. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Much love sending your way. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I pray that you got something out of this. And I always tell people, if you take in what I'm telling you and you put some of it into action, that I know that one day I will see you at the top. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow.